everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm the City Witch. So I've had quite a number of requests to do a walkthrough of this particular book. It was part of another video that I did labelled miscellaneous books, and it was a collection of unusual books I have that don't really fall in a specific category, but I found them quite interesting and quite magical and really nice books to keep as part of my collection, and this was one of them. So this is called The Magpie and the Wardrobe, a curiosity of folklore, magic and spells. And I came across this book really randomly in a local store in England, and I purchased it, and to be honest guys, I've never looked back. This book is wonderful, it's really nice. It's done month to month, so whichever month you're in, it'll give you loads of ideas on magical things you can work on and include in your craft. And if you flow through it throughout the year, you'll cover a number of different subjects, so it's quite a nice book. Now, I've had a lot of requests asking to go through this book page by page, which is what this video is going to be. So if this book is something you're interested in purchasing, guys, I'm going to be doing a full walkthrough and talk to you about each of the months involved in this book. So first of all, I'll show you the spine, which is really nice. It's got this really nice kind of shiny metallic to it. And then this is the front cover, which again is really nice. And then this is the back of the book, and it has this very old kind of vintage rustic feel to the book. And then it also has this really nice kind of four-leaf clover as a bookmark. The book itself costs £20, and it does have that printed on it, so I would expect to pay about that value for it, guys. So it's not cheap, but it's certainly worth the money. So let's have a look inside. So first of all, it has this marble kind of inner coating. And then what I like about this book is if you don't want to use the bookmark or you're worried about losing it, there is a slot here at the bottom where you can pop it in and it'll stop it from getting lost or falling off, which is quite nice. You get some information about the book on one of the first pages, and then you get the table of contents. Now, as I say, the book goes from January to December, and each month is themed. So January is themed new, February is themed love, March is themed for the springtime, April is themed for birth, May is themed for the Queen, June is themed for rose, July is themed around the seaside, August is themed around summer, September is themed around harvest, October is themed around autumn, November is themed around fire, and December is themed around winter. So there's plenty of different energies and spells and information in each month. So because they're all laid out like that, it's easy for you to follow the content of the book, working through it month from month. So I like that. Now, all the months are in order, so we start with January, and straight away you will get some hints and clues as to what's contained within the month. So the first thing is it talks about making New Year's resolutions, cleaning your house, eating yourself lucky, so it gives you some ideas of things you can consume to bring in good luck for the new year ahead. It talks about keys as symbolism and things you can pop on your altar. Next thing is it talks about the theme new and why it's been selected. Then it talks to you about the month of January, and then it gives you a load of dates. So first of all, it gives you some curious dates that you might want to include in your magical diary, and then some regular dates like New Year's Day and what you can do on those days. So we've got a bit of candle magic going on here. Got some candle colours for magic as well, matches and fireplaces. And then we go into a little bit of tisseomancy. So I really like this page. So if you look at that, you've got all the information underneath, but then it's got this nice overlay where you can see some of the symbols that might come up. So that's really nice. Talks about paper fortune telling. And then right at the back of the book, guys, they've actually given you one of these that you can fill out yourself and use for some divination purposes, which is quite nice. But it also tells you how to make your own here and what they're used for. So that's quite nice. I remember making those in school. Then it talks about St. Darwin's Day, St. Agnes. They always give you in every single month a recipe or something to make. It talks about some herbs that you can utilise during that month. It's quite common. Gives you a theme, which is a colour. So in this one is the colour white. So whites, creams, kind of pastels. And then it talks to you about the northern winds. Going into February, this talks about symbols of the heart and love, tells you why the theme of love for February, the curious days, and then the magical days you might want to include. Gives you some apple magic here and a simple apple spell that you can do. some roses and walnut shell keepsakes that you can utilise for your altar. Talks to you about Saint Valentine, Cupid, Valentine's Day, some love magic. The recipe is sea salt chocolate truffles, which I have made, guys. They're quite nice. And then it talks about planting some snowdrops and some magic surrounding that. Then it goes on here to talk about the theme. So the theme is red for the month, and it gives you loads of examples of red embellishments for your altar. Then we go into the month of March, and for March we've got the lucky horseshoe and some sewing lore. Talks about springtime, which is the theme, and the month of March. Gives you loads of clues as to what you might find. So we've got some daffodils, some four-leaf clovers, lots of charms. Talks to you about oranges and lemons and some curious days, and then of course the magical days. Then we've got ribbon magic and tree wishing and how to combine the two, and then it gives you tree lore and wishing lore there. Talks to you about making a wishing box as well. Simple lemon spells, and then St. David's Day. We've got some daffodil magic, hyacinths and sacred fruits during that month. Then we've got St. Patrick's Day, and of course they've themed it green for the month of March. Then we go into April, and we've got lucky rabbits, and then we've got obviously symbols of eggs and hares on here as well. As this is the month of birth, it's giving you all that information about April and birth and Easter, Astara, all those kinds of things. And then it's got curious days, various other days, Easter Monday, April Fool's Day, and all the magical days you might want to include. Then it goes into some smudging and the different smudge sticks and how to make your own smudge stick. Then it talks to you about the language of flowers and incorporating flowers in your magic. Plants, glitter, and decorating eggs. So we've got some egg magic here and how to make a lucky egg. Then we've got some shoe magic and an Easter poem to match that. Then we've got elder and flower jelly, and they give you the recipe. Magical herb growing, and the colour of the month is yellow. Then we move into the May time, and then we've got yellow flowers on the door and dressing up your door. It talks about the May crown. So this is obviously themed around the May Queen. So it talks to you about the maypole, the month of May, the symbolism of the Queen. And then we've got the May diary dates and your curious dates as well. Gives you a method on how to make a May Queen garland, and it talks about hand fastening and magical weddings. Got the maypole and well dressing, beltane, horse brasses and hobby horses and all the symbolism around that for the month. Pendulum fortune telling and crystal magic is all present for the month. And then we've got magic numbers as well, so there's a lot of divination. Magic tree folding cakes and how to make it and all the ingredients, which is quite nice. I've not done that one, but I'd like to. Alpine strawberries and how they're utilised during the month. And then of course the colour theme is blue for the month. Ooh, diamonds and toads, and that's the last thing it mentions is the diamonds and the toads and some stuff around that. Then we go into June, and the theme is roses, so it talks to you about roses, the month of June, your curious days and your June diary. Then it talks about leaf wishing, so it gives you some ideas around different leaves you can use for wish magic, and of course talks to you about bay laurel, and then burning magic as well, and some information around that and different spices and herbs you can use. Then we've got Appleby Horse Fair, the tradition surrounding that, some gypsy rose painting and the symbol of magpies for the month. Marble paper and making that for your Book of Shadows. Bird lore. And then we go into some love and weddings, and you get some nice little nuggets like this postcard to include in your Book of Shadows as well. And then it talks about the magic of sweet peas as the flower. The recipe for the month is old-fashioned trifle. Yummy. And then the colour is pink. And then we end with some seashell magic in July. So this is talking about the seaside now and all the power of the ocean. So we've got Dog's Day, July diary, and then obviously your curious days. And then we go into sailor myths and traditions, mermaids, ships and battles. We've got simple salt spells, working with the ocean shells. We've got hagstone magic. We've got some sea nature and hagstone amulets, and I have actually made one of those which I wear. So then we go into making a mermaid crown and the symbolism around them, shells, decorating with shells, and seaside collections that you can start for your altar. Punch and Judy and the tradition behind that. Sunflowers, and your recipe for the month is magical quick strawberry jam. And then the colour is, oh, have they even written down the colour? Oh, grey. The colour is grey. It threw me off then because of the pink background, guys. But yeah, the colour is grey for the month, and it gives you the story of Grace Darling on this side of the page. And then ends with a mermaid spell as well. Then we go into August, and we've got some moon magic over here. And then we've got summertime and the symbolism around that. August, your August diary dates and your curious days, and it talks about lazy summer reading and fairy tales. Then we go into making a festive feather headdress and natural collections from nature. So this is about working with feathers and leaves and acorns and things like that that you find naturally in the wild. Now this is quite nice, guys. I'm probably not going to be able to fit it on the camera because it's quite big, but you've got this Magpie and the Wardrobe story, which is how the book came to be, so that's quite special. So I won't dwell on that too much, so if you buy the book, it'll be a nice nugget for you guys to enjoy. Then it talks about the Arthurian legend, fiction and facts around that. Then we've got the sun, the moon and stars from the tarot and all the different things you can incorporate and the spells you can cast using those. Then we've got pressing flowers and using them in your book of shadows. And then your recipe is Cornish splits with thunder and lightning. And then, I don't actually know what that is, to be honest, guys, but I'm assuming it's some kind of cake. But hey ho. And then we've got a story about a dragon over here, and then gold is the theme of the month. And then we have Queen Bee as the last bit of information for that month. Then we go into September, which is about the harvest time. So we've got mushrooms and toadstool magic. We've got September information and traditions of the harvest, curious days and your September diary days. Then we go to unlucky good luck. Sorry, unlock good luck. Oh God, I can't read today, guys. Unlocking good luck. So good luck magic and charms. I've actually got one of those horseshoes. Pearly kings and queens and the symbolism around pearls and using pearl magic. Then we've got weather lore and wood magic. Then we've got fairy magic and conjuring fairies and information surrounding that. Ooh, there we go. Then we've got some curiosities and things you can use on your altar. And then the recipe for the month is crumble fortune telling. So plum crumble fortune telling, so a plum pie. And then it gives you a plum fortune telling song to match the actual recipe if you choose to make it, which will act as an incantation. And then we've got sunflower heads and seed gathering, and of course the colour is purple for the month. Then we've got fortune telling with fingers. Going into October, we've got, the theme is autumn, so this is all about October and autumn, and you've got your curious days and your October diary days. Then we go into elixirs, secrets, love, King Henry and magic of the hawthorn tree. Then we've got punky night, and then lantern carving, because obviously we're in October, guys, so of course, you know, Halloween. Juniper tree and magic surrounding that. Then we've got glitter magic, which is something I do. It's very controversial in the magical world right now, but I actually really like using safe, environmentally friendly glitter in my magic because it can add another layer of colour to your energies and of course add that sparkle into your spell, which I quite like. Then it talks about making a star jar. Growing your own chilies and a chili stew is your recipe. And then we've got the story of Spring-Heeled Jack, and the colour is orange. Then we move into November, and we've got fire magic, the evil eye, talks to you about fire and why it's connected to November, and of course bonfire night, talks to you about the curious days and the November diary days. Then we've got fire gazing or reading fire. And then we've got some palmistry here. And again, they've used that really nice method of using that nice paper with some symbols. And then underneath you get all the information and the actual picture of the hand, which is lovely. And then we've got chimney sweeps and the myth around them and some magic. Silhouettes, fireworks and mushroom painting. Paralysis, we've got bangers and magic mash as your recipe. We've got Guy Fawkes information, and then black is the colour of the month, and then feather fortune telling there. And then we go into December, and December we're looking at Christmas and Yule. So we've got all the winter information, information about Christmas, and some comments from J.K. Rowling as well. Curious days and your December magical days. And then making a star garland and regular garlands during that month that are traditional. Simple onion spell using pins and onions. Wishes before bedtime. Then we've got Christmas baubles and tree dressing, and then the witch's ball information. And then we go into 100 wishes bay leaf garland making. And then of course all some symbols and information that you can include on your altar for the month, and the symbolism of the matchbox. Winter forest mince pies is the recipe for the month, and then using mini trees on your altar. Then we've got a Christmas story, and silver is the colour of the month. Then we've got a tale of the Christmas orange and creating your own Christmas village. And then we've got special thanks to all the artists, suppliers and people who worked on this book is the last page. And then as I say, right at the back of the book, guys, you have this which you can use to make your paper fortune telling. Sorry guys, tripping over my words, but that's what you can use, and you can pull that off. I haven't done that, but I think I might do one day and actually turn it into a paper fortune telling method, which would be quite cool, I think. And that is the full book, guys. So it's a really nice book, really nicely designed, lots of information. I love the way it's monthly themed, because you can go through the book month to month, and if you've got children, guys, this would be absolutely amazing to do with children. Gives them lots to do, lots of creative ideas, gives you loads of recipes that are traditional to that month and the theme. So they've really thought about it, and I really like this book. It's probably one of my faves in my collection. So I easily score it quite high, 10 out of 10 I'd say. I don't think there's anything they could have done better with this book, but I'd love to see them do another one where they give you even more ideas, or one you can use in conjunction with this one, where they further elaborate on what they've included in this one. That would be nice too. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and requesting this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, give me that thumbs up and click the bell button so YouTube will tell you when my next video comes out. If you'd like to support me on any of my other social medias, you can do that by clicking any of the links in the description. And I will try and include a link for this book as well from Amazon. So if you want to purchase this for yourselves, you can do. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And if you'd like to offer love and support to this channel, you can do so through Patreon. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon. Take care.